Kahalal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Rakwak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. My name's Karnawak. Again, doing this lesson. This is in regards to the government shutdown. Today is January the 13th, 2019. This was a article that came out yesterday on the Forbes, and yeah, man, this is the times that we're living in. A couple days ago, I made a video on the Nestle guy, the Nestle rapper, who had that implant in his arm. I don't know if it's true. I don't know how real that shit is, if it's real or fake. But at the end of the day, he's pushing that agenda of the microchip, man. So I noticed it went viral. Has thousands of views. But yeah, man. And that's the time that we're living in. We're living in a time where people are gonna accept this whole microchip thing because the government, at any time, there could be a financial crisis, man. Because with this whole government shutdown, people are losing their jobs, including government workers, man. So I wrote down a few scriptures. What I'm gonna entitle this is the effects of the U.S. government shutdown. The financial impact of the partial government shutdown on federal employees. So that's the name of the article. It says protesters hold signs during a protest rally by government workers and concerned citizens against the government shutdown on Friday, January the 11th, 2019, at Post Office Square near the Federal Building, headquarters for the EPA and the IRS in Boston. January 12th officially marked the current partial government shutdown as the longest in U.S. history. So this is the longest shutdown in the U.S. history thus far. While it is far too early to determine the full impact of the shutdown, the effects are already trickling down through the economy and causing financial distress for hundreds of thousands of individuals who rely on the federal government as their main source of income. So who's that going to affect? That's going to affect a lot of the Israelites, who's on social assistance, who have government housing and so on. That's going to affect a lot of our people. And as well as, the low class of Esau, who's on government assistance, because the vast majority of people on government assistance is you damn crackers, man. And it's going to affect a lot of our people, who's on Section 8, who rely on food stamps and all these different government funding programs. That's stopped right now. So a lot of people who was getting food stamps and getting their welfare check or social assistance check, that's stopped right now. So a lot of people they don't have any money coming in right now. And the government shutdown started, I believe, the end of December, a little before Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. And right now, it's January the 12th, man. January the 13th right now, So a lot of people have been out of jobs for a couple of weeks, haven't been working, haven't been receiving any income, man. And this is all prophecy, man. So I'm going to get a quick scripture in the book of the Apocrypha, because we're living in the time of 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, man. And as well as many others prophecies. But when you read 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, that's the time that we're in, man. 2nd Ezra 16. So let me get 2nd Ezra 16, verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, And who are they mainly going to come after? They're going to come after us Israelites. For those who know who we are, who's teaching our people the word, teaching about our true nationality, teaching the Lord's name, His true name, and His Son, and just out here, just out here pushing the word. That's going to affect mainly our people. It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So they're going to try to come after many of us, the men of Great Millstone, and as well as the guys in these other camps as well, man. Because they're not going to discriminate just because you might say, oh, that Esau can make it. Esau's going to come after all of us, man. Even though a lot of you other camps, you have all these bugged out doctrines, he's going to come after you guys too. And he's going to go after the simpleton of our people. He's going to go after the simpletons of our people who don't know who the hell they are, who call themselves Black Moor Egyptologists. For those, for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, for those who's just lost of our people, so he's going to come after us who know who we are, and he's going to go after those who don't know who they are. He doesn't give a shit. And he's going to try to take as many people down as he can with him, because he know that his time is coming to an end. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening right now, because people aren't going to have people don't know where their next meal is coming from. So this government shutdown goes on for the next month or two. There's going to be all kind of chaos in the streets. I'm sure right now there's a lot of things that's not being reported in the news. A lot of riots, probably home invasions, all kind of crime happening, because because our people know how to make fucking lemons and make lemonade, so to speak, man. Our people know how to make something good, even if in a bad situation. Our people know how to deal with that stuff, ever since we came over here in slavery, man. Our people been dealing with all kind of oppression and being and having all kind of tumults against us. So we know how to adapt to bad situations, man. You damn crackers, you damn so-called white people and you other nation, you guys don't know how to adapt to or you guys don't have survival instinct, You guys are dependent on this whole system and stuff, man. Jake always had to struggle and make ends meet. Whether he had to work or whether we had to work 2 jobs, or whatever, we always find a way to make ends meet, by any means necessary. But I'm gonna read this article. It says many government employees and military members are still receiving their paychecks. However, the partial government shutdown is impacted an estimated 800,000 government employees, many of whom are required to report for duty even though they are not currently being paid. So almost 1 million government employees aren't getting paid right now. And like these are people that work in the government. So imagine people who don't even have government jobs, man. So if it's starting from the high to the low of this society. The shutdown also impacts hundreds of thousands of government contractors and their parent companies, neither of which are receiving compensation during the shutdown. The financial impact to individuals impacted by the government shutdown. Many federal employees and contractors missed their first paycheck this past week. Social media was filled with pictures of pay stubs showing an individual's pay net of $0. So you see that shit, man? That's wicked, man. Because here you are, you're going to work and you're not being paid your wages, man. That's a damn sin, man. In the Bible. Because the scripture says that you're supposed to pay a man his wages, man. It says to defraud not the labor of his wages, man. So that's how you know that we live in a wicked ass sinful society, man. And when you watch that movie 1984, that's basically like what they want to have people doing. They want to have people working, and just be slaves, you know, just be zombies. Basically, what they want to do is just put people back in slavery, but mainly our people, and the undesirables of his own people, man. That's what you damn Edomites want to do. You guys even want to take down your own people, man. This is a sick society that we live in, man. But but the Most High he's gonna save us out of this shit, man. Cause this society just getting more satanic every day, man. Every day. So Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So who's Jacob? You so-called black, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, man. This whole government shutdown is gonna affect mainly our people, man. You natives on the res, you so-called Latinos. You have Trump building a wall, trying to say he's trying to stop immigrants from coming into the land. When this land of America, Canada, the whole Western Hemisphere is ours. Really, the whole world, boy. You guys came over here and conquered our people who was already here. Alright? And you guys established yourself. You were here first. So you're the real immigrant, man. Calling us immigrants. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst thy bonds. So who's his yoke? From off thy from who? And I will break his yoke from off thy neck. Alright, so his yoke is referring to you damn Edomites, you damn elites who enslaved our people, man, who have us in slavery right now. Right now the Lord is gonna rise up us. He's rising us up right now. Where we're able to go out there, where He gave us His wisdom, understanding through our apostles, and through their elders as well, High Priest Ariak, King Masha, Abba Bivens, and men like that, and so on, and they pass it down onto us, and we're passing it down onto the world right now. The truth is being dispersed in the four corners of the earth right now. You have camps all throughout the world, so we're getting closer to the end, man. For shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, said the Lord of hosts. Do you know what host means? Hosts are referring to the armies, man. Because the Lord's coming back with an army of angels that's going to destroy this place, man. Alright, it says, and I will burst thy bond, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. It says, but they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. So the Lord, He's going to raise up the house of David again, and King David himself. Because King David, he even himself was brought over here in captivity, man. Because Deuteronomy 28 says that. It says that our king shall be brought in captivity with us as well. I'm just paraphrasing. But yeah, man. It says, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from far, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am the Lord, for I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee. though I make a full end of nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet I will not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and I will not leave thee together unpunished. So 2/3 of our people is gonna be punished, for their sins. The Lord's gonna have mercy on the 144,000 and 1/3 of our nation, and have mercy upon them. But as a nation, he's still gonna punish us. He's still gonna punish us, but he's gonna save us at the same time. It says, this is a traumatic experience for those who are relying on their paychecks to meet their rent or mortgage payment, buy food, pay for transportation expenses, and cover their other bills. Some federal employees may be able to make ends meet after missing a few paychecks. The vast majority of Americans simply can't make ends meet very long without receiving their regular paychecks. A 2016 survey showed that only 63% of Americans don't have enough savings to cover a $500 emergency. And $500 is not even a lot of money, man. So that means that the vast majority of the people are broke. Most of these people, they live off of credit or line of credit, man. Where they borrow money, and they're just in perpetual debt. Says how to cope with the government shutdown. Federal employees haven't been laid off, so the standard job loss advice doesn't apply here. Unemployment benefits aren't a reliable option for many, and search for a new job can take time. What are government employees to do? Evaluate all expenses. This is just good. Carefully evaluate how to pay your expenses. So yeah, even some of these stuff that they're telling these people to do, we as brothers, many of us been doing this shit, man. Or Jake in general, man. You have to know how to properly manage your money, man, and make your money work for you, man. But the average person doesn't know that. But this is a good article to get into, man. And I had some other scriptures, but with that, I'm just gonna close up the lesson, make it short. So I like to say, Kal Halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and bless out there to brothers out there doing the works, teaching, preaching in the four corners of the globe. To the elect, and death and destruction to the society. The society is falling every day. 2019 is gonna be a serious year, and it's starting off with a bang. So, with that, I'd like to say, Shalom.